We went to the PS4 because we had established ourselves and we're really excited by our success on the Xbox 360 and Xbox One, but there's this whole user base of just really fanatic PS4 players and gamers that we really wanted to provide access to our game. So it was time to put ourselves on the PS4, now that the 360 and Xbox One are in the place that they're in. The console versions of the game, the PS4 version of World of Tanks, is different from the PC in terms of, the easiest difference to see is in the UI and the interface. Now, on a PC, you're going to be really close to your monitor. It's going to be super high res, and you're going to have a keyboard and mouse which has nearly infinite inputs. And you're going to expect a lot of detail and a lot of information on the screen. Now, when you compare that to being on a console, which usually you're sitting like 7-10 feet away from a big widescreen TV, and you have a controller that has, I think, 14 inputs, we had to make sure that all of the depth and all of the tactical and strategic things you can do in the game were all still available, even with that small amount of inputs, and then also that the screen gave you all the information you needed without becoming too cluttered and just shoving a bunch of text in your face, because nobody wants just a bunch of text in your face. And that was one of the biggest differences from the PC version. Aside from that, we also tuned the game specifically for the console, because we're watching all those ecosystems differently, and it's our team's job to watch the console games and make sure it's always fair and balanced, and that any map or tank adjustments that need to be done are done or added or changed to make sure that everyone's having the best time they can have. One of the biggest challenges creating the game for the PS4 was honestly getting the systems and all of the back end to work on the PSN. Now, that's not a slight on PSN at all, it's just different than Xbox Live, but does a lot of the same things. So in a lot of talks and a lot of collaboration with Sony in terms of how do you even authenticate, how do we get your user credentials so we can create your account on our hardware, that was touch and go and took a lot of conversations and negotiations and a lot of really smart engineers some time to all get working together. And when we did our first open beta on the PS4, it was, I like to joke that I wish I had a giant red switch to turn on the servers, and we were like, will it work? And it worked. So we were really excited about that, but that was a big piece of technical hurdle to overcome. The Xbox version and the PS4 version, we try to keep as similar as possible for a couple of reasons. Is one, we want all players to experience pretty much the same game, and it makes actually giving everybody more content quicker easier. That being said, there are some things like the exclusive Scorpion Pass for the PS4, which is the biggest map we've ever made for World of Tanks, like ever, and like the Girls in Panzer tank that you can earn on the PS4. There are going to be some exclusive content for either console, but in general, it's more fair to all the players and easier to make the games as similar as possible. The skill progression on the console is faster than the PC version, and we did that for a couple reasons. One of the main ones is we wanted to make sure that the progression was satisfying and you were constantly being fed new stuff and being rewarded for your success on the game. And we knew also that the amount of content we were going to deliver would keep giving you even more new things to achieve while you're working on this accelerated rate. Will there be TOGs? Of course there'll be TOGs. So the question is, will there be TOGs? The TOG is a British heavy tank that is, the TOG 2, to be specific, it has a special place in my heart. It's something that I play a lot on the Xbox version. And while I can't give you a date, I'm really excited to get all of the UK line onto the PS4 as quick as we can.